This Raw Vision video is brought to you by Metro Solar, proud partner of the Richmond Football Club. Welcome Tiger fans to the spotlight on round 20, brought to you by Metro Solar. The Tigers take on the Gold Coast Suns Sunday afternoon. It's an early game at 1:10 at the MCG. And as always, here on the spotlight, we're joined by Brendon Lade. And Lady, round 20, and the stakes are getting pretty high, mate.
Yeah, it's we've put ourselves back in the rut a little bit with that top 8 challenge. So for us, it's about getting back on the wagon and start winning again. And
the Suns, I reckon they're starting to find a little bit of form late in the year.
Yeah, the last 3 or 4 weeks have been probably their best weeks for the whole year. So yeah, they definitely won't be easy over here. So it's good to play them at the MCG.
At least it's not Cairns. We're pretty happy about that. Obviously, only a squad at this stage as the game's on Sunday. But we'll have a look at some possible ends because we do know for certain that Grimes and Conker are out injured. So who are some of the possibilities to come in at this stage?
Yeah, we'll have a look at Lade this week, see if he wants to come back in.
Is he all right or not?
He'll be all right. His sniffle's gone now.
He's got rid of it?
Yeah, he'll be all right. His runny nose is gone. So, look, he'll come back in. The other ones, look, Thomas, he's been playing good football. Matty D, Steve Morris, they've been playing good footy. Dave Asprey. So we've got a few people that could probably come into the squad and we'll make that decision on Saturday who plays.
Be good to see Matty D get a game. He has been in good form for a long time at VFL level and probably taking his game to another level this year. Yeah,
definitely. I think he's averaging, a lot of possessions, over 25. I think for a half back he's elite and doesn't get many goals kicked on him, so he'll get an opportunity at some stage and might be this week.
Okay, let's have a look at the day-core matchup this week. And one thing about the Gold Coast Suns, they've got a couple of really good key forwards, so I think this matchup is going to be crucial. Tommy Lynch, who's a really good player, up against Troy Chaplin.
Yeah, he's been in great form, Lynch. He kicked 2 goals a game, he averages, so, and he's an elite runner, so he gets up and down the ground really well, takes some big contested marks, so whether it's Chappie or whether it's Rancy, hopefully they can do the job on him.
I think he's one of those players that can mark the ball from all angles, Tommy Lynch. You've got to be careful to not let him come in from the side as well.
Yeah, he probably, when you think you've got him beaten, he still pops back up in the contest, so for our backs, just to make sure they're on their game the whole time.
Absolutely. They've got another great key forward, obviously, and Charlie Dixon down there at full forward, and I think this is becoming a real strength of theirs. I think both of these guys are really starting to develop.
Yeah, they got both of them, as you can see there. They do get the ball into them quick. These long kicks, they've got these 2 big targets, and they can both mark the ball very well. And we watched Dixon about 3 or 4 weeks ago against Carlton, and he basically tore it apart in the first half. So look, both their defenders have to be on their games and making sure they don't, allow them to get these marks like this.
They're good contested mark players, and especially this one here. I think when they're kicking the ball long and deep like that, you want third man in assistance coming in on Dixon in particular. Yeah,
definitely. Both of them are really good in the air, and they don't lose too many one-on-ones. They mark a lot, but they definitely halve a lot of them as well. So they'll have their work cut out, the defenders, but hopefully the mids can stop the supply a little bit as well.
Yeah, make sure there's plenty of pressure on up the ground. Well, you just spoke about Brendon Lade. He's important, isn't he? We don't want to pump him up too much, but he's missed 5 games this year, and we've lost 4 of those, so he's a crucial part of this team.
Yeah, he's obviously #1 pick, one of our better players at the club, so his importance to the team is very good, but we still need to get better as a group to be able to deal and win games without him there, and it still shows our depth's probably not where it needs to be, and we'll keep trying to improve that over the off-season. He's
been playing at half forward obviously this year, and I think he's involved in 25% of our scores, so we need him out there.
We need him, and Shane Edwards as well will be a handy one too.
Yeah. Dustin Martin was really good last week. I thought he was Richmond's best player, kicked 3 goals, and he played up forward a little bit more than he has done in previous times, probably because Lade was out.
Yeah, he went forward for a period there. You can see the ball was, the moisture on the ground was very slippery on the night, so for Dustin to get forward, kick those 3 goals, it was very important for us, and I think he got another one holding the ball in here, and someone played on and kicked the goal as well, so he was involved in 8 of our scores, and we only had 12, so it was very important for us on the night.
Is that something that may continue this week, a bit more forward time for Dusty?
A bit of both. He'll play on ball, he'll when people get him in position like this, opposition aren't very good there.
He's absolutely impossible to beat in that position, isn't he?
Well, he doesn't lose them, so he's a bit like their big key forwards. You put him down there, he doesn't lose many contests either. So he's a real strength for us, and we need to keep exploiting that.
You certainly do. One thing I've noticed this year, Richmond, we probably aren't scoring as much as we would have liked. I've heard Dimmer talk about that. Only scored 100 points once since round 3. So how do you get that? How do you improve that? Is it your style of play or is it personnel?
It's a little bit of both for us. Our style of play, we obviously want to score lots. At times when we go in, we had 30 shots against Fremantle 2 or 3 weeks ago, so we kicked 10 goals, 18. So our accuracy this year hasn't been great. I think we're down around 50%. So that's something, if we pick that up, we'll get close to that 100 points. And we definitely need to improve our offence because our defence is definitely good enough.
What do you think is the key this week, Lade, against the Suns?
Oh, it's definitely their forward line. They've got those obviously 2 main targets down there, but they've also got those 3 little high forwards that come up the ground and get back in Matera, Bennell, Martin, Aaron Hall as well. So they're guys we'll have to keep an eye out. But for us, it's getting in our fit forward line, keeping it in there and keeping them under the pump.
Okay, now I heard some news this morning. Nathan Foley has announced his retirement. Just a couple of words on him. He's been a great clubman over the years and a real professional player. He set the standard for a lot of years there. Yeah,
he's been one of the. He works as hard as anyone at our club, or we did, and I've been involved with him for 6 years now, and he had 6 years before we got here. So I don't think we saw the best in him as a coaching group, Hardwick and myself. So, but in saying that, he didn't leave any stone unturned to get where he needs to get to, and a real inspiration for all our young kids.
Yeah, he certainly was. Thanks for joining us, Lade.
No worries, mate.
Yeah, we wish Axel all the best in whatever he takes on in the future. Okay, the VFL here on Sunday as well. It's an early start, 10:30. Come and check that out. Then head over to the G. It's a massive game, Richmond and the Gold Coast Suns, Sunday afternoon. We'll catch you there.